Hello amiibros, this is Jason of leg.I'm, so welcome to part 2 of my 28th haul video. I know, part 2 of my 28th haul video. This will probably be the first and only time I will ever split a haul video into 2 parts. So, for this haul video, I'm going to be showcasing all my movies that I picked up, since I wasn't able to do it last time due to time constraints. I'm going to be going over my amiibos. I'm going to go into more of my comparison of my amiibos that I got in part 1. And other random knickknacks that I've missed in part 1 because of time constraints. Okay, so let's begin. So, for the first movie that I got... Oh, by the way, I'm going to go through all the movies. So, the first movie I got, if you saw part 1, I got an Xbox 360. And this movie was in my Xbox 360 when I first powered it on. And I've never heard of this movie, but this is Fun with Dick and Jane. Which sounds dirty. I mean, I really don't know anything about this movie other than I looked at the cast online. It has Jim Carrey and it has the girl from Jurassic Park 3. That is literally it. And it came from Showtime Movies, if you really wanted to know. Alright, so now let's go on to the actual movies that I've got. So I got 2 whole stacks of movies. So I don't really know how long this is going to take because, you know, I've never gone through any movies before. Really at all. So I got a stack from the flea market and I got another stack from Bull Moose. So I guess I'll start with the flea market one. So the first one is Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I know, I got Spider-Man 3. But the thing is, it was kind of like a completionist thing because I have the first 2 Tobey Maguire movies and this was the last one I needed. So I was kind of like, hey, why not? I still need to see Spider-Man 2 and I heard time and time again that Spider-Man 3 is either bad or just meh. Mostly I've heard it's bad. But I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I don't know. I'm just gonna base it on my own opinion once I see the movie. But I do like the slipcover that it came with. It got Spidey and Black Spidey. Spine on the back. Not really gonna go through as much detail as I do with the games. So there's that. It's like Spidey's back and better than ever, says Scott Munz of Access Hollywood. So, and like I said, this is a slipcover. And this one is just the DVD. And check out these movies on Blu-ray. Spider-Man 3, Casino Royale, The Fifth Element, Surf's Up, Monster House, Hitch, and Click. Don't really know anything about most of those movies. Except like maybe like Casino Royale and, I don't know, Click. I really don't know. Alright, so next is pretty big name in like movies, especially from the previous decade, and that is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, I got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets at the flea market, and it's like one of those box sets. Like if any of you own like the collector's edition of The Social Network, you'll know what I mean. It's one of those ones where it just slides out like this. So I like the green on this. This looks nice. Let's see, a most magical curriculum of DVD extras up here. There's a bunch of stuff. Got the car and Dobby. I haven't seen Sorcerer's Stone yet, but and I haven't read the books, so I really don't know what to expect with Harry Potter. But this is cool. This is cool, I will admit that. And inside we got a disc that is loose. That's the special features disc. Is that Dumbledore? I'm pretty sure that's Dumbledore. You got Draco, Malfoy. Even though I haven't seen the movie, at least I know most of the characters. Kind of. And then disc 1 right here with the actual movie. And yeah, the clamp is broken on that one. Oh well. I do want to give Chamber of Secrets a shot because I really want to get into the Harry Potter movies because, you know, with all the magic and with the Fantastic Beasts movies. Alright, so next is a movie you might not have heard of. It's a movie that sort of went under the radar back in. When did this movie come out? 2011. This is Super 8. So you might not have heard of this movie. Like I said, it's from 2011. Steven Spielberg produced it, so that's a good sign. And then writer-director J.J. Abrams, who did Mission Impossible 3, Star Wars The Force Awakens. He's going to do Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker this year, and he did the reboot Star Trek films. So he's got, like, you know, pretty good stuff. Lens flares! So, I really don't know much about this movie. All I know, according to, like, research that I did online, it's about these kids who are, like, filming in a small town, and then, like, an alien invasion happens, and then it goes from there. But I've heard it's, like, a really good, underrated, like, sci-fi movie. And I love me some sci-fi, so, of course, I had to jump on it. So I just have the disc inside it. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have, like, an ultraviolet code that you guys can have, which is a bummer. Because, like, if you ever wanted to try it, go ahead. Alright, so next is a Blu-ray. One of only 2 Blu-rays that I have in this video. So this is Juno. So, this movie I got because it's one of those movies where if it, like, came out at the right place at the right time. Not really because I didn't see it when it come out, when did it come out? 2007? Not like that, but, like, for me, like, recently, because I'm kind of going through the same thing that, like, Paulie Bleeker, Michael Cera's character in the movie, like, is experiencing, like, you know, pregnancy. I mean, the movie is about teenage pregnancy and, like, coming of age with trying to deal with that stuff. And that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So it's kind of like the right place at the right time for me. So I want to watch it again and probably maybe, like, I don't know, somewhere. But Avengers is coming out the end of this week, so it's not going to happen. So spine and the back. The future is blue! Of course it's blue. Blu-ray's been everywhere. And this is actually an early Blu-ray. Because this was like 2007. Like I said, so it's like early Blu-ray. So we have the Blu-ray of the movie with Juno with a guitar. And I want a burger phone. And then we actually have a digital copy of the movie, but I don't know if this code works. Let me just let the camera focus. If this code works, you guys can have it. And you guys can get a free copy of Juno. And then here's disc 2, which is the DVD with Michael Cera's character. And then there's Ellen Page, who you know from Inception. Oh yeah, and that's not the last time you're gonna see Ellen Page. Alright, so next is some Bull Moose movies. Well, movies I got from Bull Moose. So let's start with the first one. This one is another, like, big boy movie. This is The Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring. I almost said Return of the King. So that's why that elf minifigure is there. So, Fellowship of the Ring. It's the start of the Lord of the Rings movies. It kickstarted the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. It helped, like, fantasy movies, like, become more relevant now. So there's that. And it's a good movie. I think we already know that the Lord of the Rings movies are amazing. They just got all the characters from the movie: Frodo, Gandalf, Saruman. Is Saruman on it? I don't know. Aragorn, everyone is here. Spine in the back. You probably couldn't even see the spine. Description stuff that you can't see because it's so dark. And then 2 discs. And there are 2 discs in here. Here's the movie and the special features. That's really all you need to see. And then $5 mail-in rebate on the extended edition version of the movie. And then there's the booklet with, like, the chapter select and, like, some cool looking artwork. Yeah, I really want to, like, watch the Lord of the Rings movies. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen, like, the Battle of Helm's Deep and 2 Towers, and I think I've seen the ending of Return of the King, but I haven't seen all of 2 Towers and Return of the King. At least from what I can remember. Alright, so next is Lost in Translation. So this is more like one of those movies that you hear of, and you hear, like, some big names in it, like Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson. So, like, it's like one of those movies that you hear, like, I've heard of that movie. I want to see that movie. And now I have this movie. I really don't know anything about this movie except that the story is that Bill Murray is just in Japan on a shoot for a whiskey commercial, and that's really all I know. And then he has a romance with Scarlett Johansson. I mean, it won the best original screenplay Oscar, so it has to mean something. So spine and the back. So I think that I really don't know much else about the movie except Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson in Japan. I think the movie explores themes like culture shock. I think I'm not completely sure. It just got a boring silver disc with nothing on it. Alright, so next is my other Blu-ray that I got, and this is No Country for Old Men. So if you like movies like The Fugitive or what else? What's another a big thriller that most people know? I guess Silence of the Lambs. I feel like you might like this movie. It's a lot slower paced than The Fugitive, I think, from what I've heard, because I haven't seen The Fugitive, but it has some really great performances. I mean, look at this. It won 4 Oscars, and again, when this movie came out, 2007. Wow, getting some movies from 2007. But this movie's amazing. I mean, look at this. It won Best Picture. It won Best Supporting Actor for Javier Bardem as the creepy villain, subtle villain of the film. You know what date is on this coin? 1958. It's been traveling 22 years to get here. And now it's here. And it's either heads or tails. Look, I need to know what I stand to win everything. You stand to win everything. Call it. Okay, my Javier Bardem impression may not be that great, but I tried. It won Best Director for the Coen Brothers and directors and Best Writing, which was adapted screenplay. But yeah, great movie. I mean, look at this. Even the cover looks awesome with the blue and the orange. It contrasts really well. Some spine in the back. The Coens at the peak of their powers. Flawless. So yeah, and this one is just a Blu-ray. But yeah, this great movie. Great thriller. With Josh Brolin and Tommy Lee Jones and Javier Bardem. Alright, so next, I mentioned this with Ellen Page. Inception. I probably did the absolute worst impression of the Inception foghorn ever. But you know what? I don't care. Inception. I don't think I need to say anything about this movie. I think everyone knows how great this movie is, and look at this cast. Leo. You got Leo in the movie. You got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Ellen Page, like I said earlier, Tom Hardy, Michael Caine, Marion Cotillard, Cillian Murphy. It's a good cast. It's a good cast, and the visuals speak for themselves, because it's Nolan, Christopher Nolan. It's the spine and the back, and I'm surprised that there's only 2 screenshots of Leo. Or is that 1? I think it's just 1. I don't know. But there's Ellen Page. There's Marion Cotillard. And yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone is really surprised how good this movie is. So I just got the DVD. No Blu-ray, no digital version. Alright, so next is a movie that is very different from Inception, I guess. Inglourious Bastards. So this movie I got because I sort of owed a favor to a friend who's a really big fan of Quentin Tarantino. So I bought this movie as you know what? I want to watch a Tarantino film. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out this summer, and I want to watch a Tarantino film. So I felt this was the best one to go for. I know people are going to say, yeah, just get Pulp Fiction. Nothing else matters. But you know what? I'm glad I invested into Inglourious Bastards. Because this movie is so crazy and it's so ridiculous and crazy that you can't help but laugh at it. But just how great the movie is because of Tarantino's writing, and even some Brad Pitt and Christoph Waltz's Hans Landa. The spine is the same as the slipcover in the back. And then there's Brad Pitt and Bear Jew Eli Roth. So yeah. And then just a red disc inside just the DVD. So next is, let me see what's next. This. The Aviator, a movie that explores an early pioneer of aviation, Howard Hughes, who had like really severe OCD, I think, from what I know. And as Leo, can't go wrong with Leo. 5 Oscars, like Christ. I know this was like a big movie from when did it come out? 2004. Yeah, but like this was like a big movie at the time because I think this was like when Leo was really starting to like take off, and this was Martin Scorsese. I mean, Scorsese already like solidified himself at that point. So what else to do? And then a biopic about Howard Hughes with OCD from the spine and the back. The best picture of the year, filmmaking of a grand and rare scale. Whoa. And that's really all I know. I don't know like what exactly the movie explores about Howard Hughes' life, so I don't know. And we got 2 discs, and there's a receipt, my receipt from Bull Moose. So yeah, I really want to watch this movie, but it's a long movie. It's 170 minutes. That's 2 hours and 50 minutes. Alright, so next, we're almost done with the movies. The next one is 127 hours. So, all I can say about this movie is great. This is probably the best performance you will ever see out of James Franco. Because he's not doing like typical like stoner comedy with like Seth Rogen and whatnot. It's based on a true story, as it says right here. And it is an actual true story. It's basically about this guy who's just climbing around the mountains and canyons in Utah, and then one day he gets stuck. His arm gets stuck on a rock. Like he falls down like this little crevice in a canyon, and a rock falls right on his hand, like right here, and basically he survives for 127 hours, like 5 days, all on his own, and then in the end. He cuts his arm off just so he doesn't die right then and there. And he survived it, and he's still living today. It's a great survival film. It's basically just James Franco all by himself. And it's like I said, it's a great movie about survival and like what it means to like if like how far you'll go just to survive. But yeah, great movie. Probably one of the best movies of 2010. So like here's the DVD with James Franco just walking around. Alright, so last movie is not only my favorite animated film of last year, it's my favorite movie of last year. This is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Of course, we gotta go back to Spider-Man. But yeah, I love this movie. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece of animation, of writing, of superhero movies, everything. This movie is perfection. And I got this for like $18. It came with this like awesome slipcover, and it came with a short for the movie, and it broke a streak. It became the first Oscar winner for Best Animated Feature that's not by Disney and Pixar since like Rango. Spine, nice blue spine in the back. A great Spider-Man adventure for everybody. Like, hell yeah. I definitely recommend it more for like older kids, especially if you have kids, because like there's some like mature stuff in this movie that I'm sure like baby 6-year-olds either won't get or will be terrified by, but everyone else will probably love it, except babies. But inside is just the ultraviolet code and the disc. The DVD. I wanted to get the Blu-ray, but I wanted to wait for like the Blu-ray to go down in price. Hey. Alright, so now for everything else. So, let's start with, I guess some GameStop stuff. So, I got a weekly ad that I forgot about. This one is for, actually, there's 2 in here. Oh, actually, there's 2 in here. So, this one's for April 14th through 20th, which is now past. Got stuff in here. Stuff in here. And stuff back here. And then there's another one. If I can get it up. Anything on the back? Yes. Alright, and I also got 2 Game Informers in the mail a few weeks ago. So this first one is for Control, which looks pretty cool. This is issue 312. If the camera could focus. There we go. And this other one is issue 313. Pretty sure, yep. And it's for Mortal Kombat 11. Which comes out tomorrow. Or, yeah, it comes out tomorrow as I record this. Alright, so, let's see, one more thing before I get to the amiibos. Just something random. Well, I have kind of a funny story, but let me show you what this is. This is a Pac-Man plush. Alright, so funny story about this Pac-Man plush. During my college tour a few weeks ago, me and my mom were just out bowling while we were waiting for a meeting to happen. So we just stopped by and played some bowling for a bit. And we found like this, is it up there? No, it's in my wallet, but and I'm too lazy to get it. But actually, okay, actually I'm not lazy. So during this like I guess break of bowling, we found that you know how Dave and Buster's uses like cards for like tokens and stuff. We found one of those on the ground. This place called Leo Super Bowl, from where I am, and we just found this card on the ground, and we just assumed that the person who had it originally either like lost it or dropped it or maybe just left it there, or like, you know what, screw this, I'm out. And this card had like 1,200 tickets in it, and this Pac-Man plush was 1,000 tickets. So I literally just got a Pac-Man plush for free, and this is the ones for Pac-Man Battle Royale. So they had some of the other colors there, like blue, and I think the other one that was there was either red or pink. I don't know, but look at how this is like awesome looking. This will go great with the rest of my plushes on my bed or for my room tour. Alright, so now let's get to the amiibos, because that is the last thing I need for this. So let's start with the Young Link one. There we go. Here's Young Link. And then here is Wind Waker Link. So let's just start with Young Link. So, obviously they both like Young Link is Ocarina of Time, and then this is Wind Waker. So obviously there's going to be a difference in art style. So, come on, camera, focus. Focus, there we go. So, like, obviously some of the colors are a bit desaturated for, like, for Toon Link. And obviously he doesn't really have, like, much else compared to Young Link. He has the Wind Waker. Some of the, there's really not much to, like, go over. They're pretty much, like, the same. It's just, like, Young Link just looks more realistic, while Toon Link is just obviously more cartoony. So that's sort of brief little synopsis on that, but my Daisy amiibo was the one I really wanted to talk about. So that's the one I unboxed in part 1, my Smash Bros. One, and here is the Mario Party one. So another battle, oh, I hit my tripod. Another battle between cartoony and realistic. So let's start with this one, since there's a lot more to talk about with this one. Since it's Smash Bros, there's obviously going to be a lot more details with the Smash Bros one. So Smash Bros Daisy sort of like takes, like, you know, from Peach with like the extra details of, like, I don't know what dress terms are. Like, I don't know what is it, like the skirt part of the dress. Some like yellow down here. There's some little white detail, like flower details down there. You might not be able to see it because it's all covered up. But it looks, I mean, obviously Daisy is an Echo Fighter for Peach, so of course she would be similar enough to Peach, just she's yellow, she has brown hair, short gloves, the list goes on and on and on. And just like Peach, she is on this stand thing, like Peach. I don't have the Peach amiibo, but, well, the Peach Smash Bros amiibo, and then you could see like, her little orange heels, and you could look up her skirt if you want to, you weirdos. But I really like how this figure came out, and obviously it's smaller than this one because you have to fit, you know, an entire Smash Bros artwork onto it, which, you know, is more realistic. But even if it was a bit bigger, I wouldn't really care. And then there's some more like white like string detailing up here on the front and on the back, which is not on this one at all, because again, cartoony. And there's a flower detail on the back, like down here as well, and like the bottom part of the skirt, like, dress, like I don't know, the layers of the dress also has some detail, like the orange, and it's all like matte, and well, the yellow is like all glossy, which is kind of nice. Unlike this one, the hair has some little like lines in it. You might not be able to see it, but it's kind of subtle. So there's some subtle little details on the back and on the front. And the crown is exactly the same as this, just again with less detail. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. And this one you can't even see the bottom of the checkerboard for the Mario stuff because it's Mario Party. But with this one, since it's Smash Bros, you can see the emblem. And again, you could look up her skirt if you want to, which I'm not going to because I'm not weird. So come on, camera, focus. There we go. So yeah, I think that might be it. So thank you all for watching the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe. And next video is going to be either a room tour or another Medal of Honor Frontline Let's Play video. So shock the world and us, amiibros. Goodbye.